So in today's video I'm going to be talking about Welsh onions. Now these are perennial spring onion, so you cut the leaves and eat them in salads and stuff. And the good thing about them is they'll divide, so you can see here, this is a new shoot from a new bulb. So what I want to do is raise all of these. These were started from seed early this year. Probably around April time I started the seeds, and I've had some harvests off them, and now I'm going to raise them and divide them and plant them elsewhere in the garden, because now I only planted one at each station, and there's like 3 there. There's 3 at that one, there's 2 at that one, 3 there, so you can see they're dividing quite well. So I'll plant them on then. I think these are better than spring onions, taste-wise, and the fact that they're perennial. And if you don't get too much frost, they're evergreen as well. So you can see there's still a bit. The other ones, the other patch I've got, have still got a lot of green on them. But because these have been grown in containers, they've not got much green left on them. I think they've sort of, got a bit cold because it's above the ground on concrete. So there's not much like heat coming up through them. So I'll dig these up and then I'll come back. So as you can see, I've lifted all of these Welsh onions, and I've got quite a few bulbs here. And you can eat the bulbs, but they're a bit small at the moment. So when you have like divisions, when you divide them up, in the following years, you can like eat some of the divisions if you want. I don't, I just use them like cut and come again. I cut the tops off and leave the bulbs underground to keep producing. So I'm going to go and plant these up around the garden now. So I'm going to put some in the new border. As you've probably seen in the previous video, the new border is still pretty fresh, so only today I've done it. So the other video was also filmed today. So I'm just going to pull these up. So I got some chives next to them. So the Welsh onions will be right at home next to the other allium cut and come again relative. So there's a lot of like horse stable manure here. I'm not going to put too many, maybe 3, maybe 4, not too many, because they divide. So I think that's going to be enough for here. And then I think the rest will go in the food forest and elsewhere like that. So I've digged the holes for these Welsh onions now, and all I'm going to do is push the roots down like that, and then just bury them over, just so they're in the soil through the mulch. A bit like when you plant leeks, so you just want them through into the soil, not too deep, otherwise they won't come back up again in spring, they'll just rot. So I want to get them into there, and I put them right next to this little bed of little like square foot bed of chives. So again, the cut and come again alliums are like next to each other then. There's a pumpkin seed there, funny. So I'm gonna plant these here, and I'm going to mulch over them with this like chips here, because these chips here are a bit fresher, they've got a bit more goodness in them, and they're finer. Where else have I done holes? I've done a hole there, done holes there. Alright, that's them done then. Alright, so now for the last handful of the Lawson chips, they'll just go on like that, and that's them done. So I put these Lawson chips on because they distinguish where there are plants compared to this, like, the other wood chip, which is horse bedding and horse manure, and then that chip there is like old chips, just wooden chips. So this distinguishes, and it feeds the plants a bit better, being that it's fresher. A lot of nitrogen in these green leaves. So yeah, that should keep them nice and warm as well through winter, and hopefully I'll see them in spring.